Hi, welcome back to this channel. I'm going to get right into the video. There's no need to even, this has been ongoing since December of 2025 and they have moved on to 2026 because tell me why after this lady went to the UK, went to England, where they have very stringent laws and regulations concerning drug use and all of those things, and in drug testing, where they don't take it lightly. She went there to, submit herself for an independent toxicology. Let's just do, that's a toxicology, drug test. Let's do all of those things. Let's see if I have drugs and all that in my system. And the interesting thing, according to what's being said, is even though it's been 3 months after the allegations, almost 3 months, if she had decided to stay clean for 3 months, that means she was not addicted, because without medical intervention or rehabilitation, addicts will not be able to stay off use voluntarily for that long. They would have relapsed at one point or the other, such that by the time you're taking the test, it will be found in their system, regardless of how much they try to flush their system or whatever method they might want to try and use to help themselves. It will still be in their system. So we're talking about Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoko, if you don't know now. Still talking about Pa Ned and Regina Daniels. Now in December of 2025, before December, around November, right? Around October, November, Regina Daniels came out to say, oh, I'm tired of this marriage. This man hits me, this man, makes life unbearable for me, this man does this and does that to me. I am no longer interested. I've been together for 6 years, but I am done. You used my fame to get into office. This man is currently representing Delta North Senatorial District in the House of Assembly. He's a senator currently. National House, right? He's a senator. And it seemed like, so Regina was like, you used me and we gave you money and all of those things. Then that's come out to say, how much do you people have? You were 21 when I met you, so you were struggling. You had a name, but it wasn't like you were fame. You were rich. I made you rich. You used your fame to get me into power. So what? But you were heavily using, substances, and I could no longer cope. That was when the narrative changed. That so the videos that showed of people coming to the house and all that, Ned said that was Regina. Brought out different video evidence of Regina destroying properties, saying that's just how she gets into a rage fit after she gets high and she's no longer in control of her senses because of the drug the behavior altering substances that she uses and all that. So they had to come online to say, no, that's not it. Then the now favorite wife, Layla, had to come out to say, don't drag me and your this thing. You almost made me an addict like yourself, because we were co-wives and all that, but you were having me also do these things with you. Thank God for our husband who intervened in time and all of those things, you and your friends. Ned even alleged that she was also into same-sex relationship and all of those things. So it was quite messy in 2026. And when we thought it had died down, that okay, these people would find a way to solve it, by themselves. They even arrested Regina Daniels' brother, and they had to come online and fight for his release. So after it was released, we thought, oh, okay, maybe all of these allegations and calling each other out situation will kind of die down and we will be able to move on from it. But that did not happen. I mean, well, we thought we will be able to, but that did not happen. Yeah, it really did not happen, because Regina Daniels now brought our test results to show us, to say, this is showing that I'm clean. Yes. Because remember that when she was defending herself against Ned, before she went for this test result, she did mention that, even if I did use drugs, you encouraged me, because you said you liked how it made me be with you in bed. You liked how, when we are supposed to come together as a couple, you know what I mean? You encouraged me to take these substances before, so that I will be very freaky for you. You get? She alleged that. So she had sort of what's the word now? Alluded to usage. So when the result now came out clean, she said, see, I did not do drugs and I am not addicted. The only thing I took recreationally, thanks to you, was ecstasy, which we normally, what we call it here and all that. And that was what I used, and that's because of the feelings it gives you and all that. And I use it because you encouraged me to do it. So don't come and twist the narrative and say, oh, I am this terrible person. She said she did the video not because of Ned, but because of her children. Now they are also engaged in a custody battle. She has 2 children with Ned Nwoko, 2 beautiful boys. I mean, a marriage of 6 years, 2 boys coming out of it is not such a bad thing, right? So they've been involved, and Ned has custody of the children. She said she has not seen the children for months and all that, but so that they would know that their mother, the narrative that, because they've left the digital footprint, all of this thing they've said about themselves, there's no way they can take it off the internet. Even if they did attempt, it's going to lock somewhere in some web where when they check, the children might find it. So she said it's for her children, so they would know their mother is not what she has been pictured or painted to be on the internet. That is not what she is or who she is. Ned has now countered it, saying, Abba, temporal sobriety does not allude to no use. Regardless of what you want to say, we both know the truth of the matter. Now, some other persons are saying, even your hair follicle, if you say that, oh, maybe 3 months had passed and she intentionally went off usage of all of these things, your hair follicle will still hold on to these things for longer. So them saying she's free, especially since they did the test in England, they are saying they must have factored in every possibility of where it might have been retained in our system. Do you understand? That so for it to come out clean means that, except maybe she went to doctor the results, but if it's not doctored and the hospital is not coming, I mean, because of course there's a clinic name and all that where she said she got the result from, and the clinic is not coming out to debunk it, to say no, Regina Daniels did not come to us for this test. They've not come out to say this is not the result we gave to her. She has gone to edit it and doctor it and bring another report. They are saying, a lot of Nigerians are saying they solidly believe Regina Daniels because of where she got the test done. Ned is saying in Nigeria, produced results from 2 different hospitals, and then we also did one in South Africa. And these results showed usage, that they found drugs in her system. So if she has started to stay off it for a couple of months, that does not mean she never used or she's still not using. Not using now does not, what's the word now? Take away from the fact that when we were fighting, when we had this battle, she was actively using. That is what Ned is saying, and is insisting that this custody situation, the children will still be in his care, regardless of whatever Regina Daniels is saying, regardless of what her lawyer is saying. Because a certain lawyer even came out to say, oh, when I hear people saying this, something must have left her system. That's why she's now doing it. Why did she not do it immediately to counter the result that was produced last year? Why is she doing it now? They said it is now that she had the time and all of those things. That's why people cannot come and fault that one. That's the argument. So now we've even shifted from you eat me, did not eat me, you were violent, you were not violent. We've moved to were you using actively? And they are saying if the way Ned had painted the picture like she was terribly addicted, that even though she was in rehab, her friends were sneaking these substances to her because they could not, because she could not stay without it. Her friends were enabling her. Now that she has left Ned, is she still not with these friends? How come she was able to stay sober for months to get it out of her system? For her to now do those tests. Do you understand? That so you can, maybe she was using recreationally, maybe, but not to the extent of it now becoming something she cannot live. That is what people are now arguing. That is where we are at currently. But of course, I know for a fact that this story is not ending here. We still have so many things to talk about. They are still going to come and give us something else. Regina is still going to come. People are even saying that Ned, you don't have to respond. She has said it. You know what is happening. Shebi is already in court. A 67-year-old man. You cannot be coming online to drag statements and wanting to have the last say. in a matter involving a 27-year-old. You are a senator, for crying out loud. Shebi, you're already carrying another woman around, your other wife, you're carrying her around. So why do you think it's important for you to have the last say when it comes to this Regina matter? Leave it to the legal luminaries. Let them do it. You're also a lawyer, aren't you? So let them do their things. So that's where we are at currently. A lot of persons have different opinions concerning where Ned and Regina Daniels' marriage stand. I mean, of course, they're separated now because Ned was like, oh, Ned does not want Regina to leave, and she is insisting that Regina should apologize and move back in with him. But at this point, maybe that's not where we are now. Maybe that's not. Maybe Pa Ned is not even interested in having Regina back. I don't know. But whatever happens next, definitely we will let you know about it. You know, we are your one-shop plug for everything entertainment, lifestyle report, and what's happening across the globe. So subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the gist. Click on the bell icon that pops up after subscribing. That is the bell notification for you to know when we have new updates for you. You understand? So do that already. And I will be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and see ya.